There comes a moment in every life when you feel it, that quiet pull towards something new. It's not always loud, not always dramatic. Sometimes, it's a whisper that says, there's more for you. But standing between where you are and where you could be is fear. It wears many faces: doubt, hesitation, excuses, even logic that convinces you to stay the same. But beyond fear lives a different version of you, the one who speaks without overthinking, creates without second-guessing, and moves without waiting for permission. This journey isn't about getting rid of fear, it's about walking with it until it no longer leads you. By the end of this path, you'll meet the version of yourself that's been waiting all along. Fear has a strange way of disguising itself. Sometimes it's loud, shouting reasons why you shouldn't move forward. Other times, it's subtle, a whisper that convinces you to stay where it feels safe. But deep inside, there's another voice, softer yet stronger, calling you towards something greater. That's the version of you beyond fear, the one who isn't defined by old mistakes, doubts, or other people's expectations. The moment you feel fear rising, it's not a sign to turn back, it's a sign you're standing at the edge of change. Fear only shows up when something meaningful is about to happen. And if you can step through it, you will meet the part of yourself that has been waiting to live freely. We often mistake comfort for safety. We stay in jobs that drain us, relationships that limit us, or habits that keep us small because they feel familiar. But comfort isn't always safe, it's just predictable. Growth, on the other hand, lives in the unknown. And the unknown will always come with a little fear, because your mind hasn't been there before. But here's the truth. The version of you beyond fear is already equipped to handle that uncertainty. It's the part of you that knows you can adapt, that trusts life enough to take the next step without knowing exactly where it will lead. Fear is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every fear you face holds a hidden lesson. Sometimes it teaches resilience. Other times, it teaches patience, self-worth, or the art of letting go. The key is to stop running from it and start asking it questions. Why am I afraid? What am I protecting myself from? And most importantly, is this fear real, or just a shadow from my past? The moment you shift your relationship with fear from avoidance to curiosity, you begin to disarm its power. The fear doesn't disappear, but it becomes a doorway instead of a wall. A traveler once came to a valley covered in thick fog. Somewhere across the valley, there was a bridge that would lead to a new life. But from where he stood, he couldn't see the other side. His friends warned him not to go, they said the fog could hide danger. But in his heart, he knew the bridge was waiting for him, so he took the first step, and then the next. Each time he moved forward, more of the bridge revealed itself. By the time he reached the middle, he could see the far shore. What he feared most wasn't the fog, it was taking the first step without seeing the end. Fear keeps us tied to old labels: shy, weak, unworthy, not enough. But the version of you beyond fear has no such name tags. It's the version that acts without needing permission. It creates without overthinking. It speaks without rehearsing. This identity is not built from what the world told you to be, it's built from who you truly are. And the only way to find it is to stop letting fear write your definition. We wait for certainty before we act, but life rarely gives it. Sometimes, you must trust your own feet to find the ground. The fear will tell you to wait until you're ready. But readiness is not a feeling, it's a choice. Each step you take strengthens the voice of courage and weakens the voice of doubt. The version of you beyond fear is already walking. It's just waiting for you to catch up. Staying small may feel safe, but it costs you your dreams. Every time you choose fear, you trade a piece of your potential for comfort. You miss the connections, experiences, and breakthroughs that come only from stepping into the unknown. And the greatest regret is not failure, it's wondering who you could have been if you had tried. The version of you beyond fear is waiting, but it won't wait forever. There was once a woman who dreamed of a room filled with light. She saw it every night but never knew how to enter. One day, she found a locked door in her home she had never noticed before. The key was in her pocket, but fear told her that opening it might change everything. Years passed, and the door remained closed. One morning, she finally turned the key. The light poured out, warm and endless. She realized the room had been hers all along. Fear had only kept her from stepping inside. Courage isn't a one-time act, it's a habit. You don't overcome fear once and never feel it again. You meet it over and over, in small choices and big ones. The more you practice courage in little things, speaking your truth, trying something new, setting a boundary, the more prepared you are for the bigger leaps. Over time, the version of you beyond fear becomes your everyday self, not a distant dream. Your future self isn't waiting in some far-off place. It's here, just on the other side of the fears you've been avoiding. Every act of courage pulls that version closer. One day, you'll look back and realize fear was never the enemy, it was the doorway. And you were the one holding the key all along. Step through it. The version of you that's waiting beyond fear is ready to meet you.